Elon Musk issues response following your recent post. When I came across your latest post, it triggered an instant wave of familiarity, as if I were gazing into a reflection of my own thoughts. It's uncommon to stumble upon echoes of inquisitiveness and drive that break free from the shackles of routine thinking. We inhabit a society that frequently promotes conformity over boldness, a realm where the unknown is dreaded instead of embraced. Yet, there you stood, defying norms, probing limits, and posing the inquiries that most people sidestep in silence. And for me, that's the true starting point. It's not about possessing answers, but about summoning the bravery to grapple with the unknown. I recall teetering on the brink of my inaugural major hurdle, back when SpaceX was merely a rough sketch on a napkin. Those around me, friends, co-workers, even relatives, regarded me with a blend of confusion and skepticism. Honestly, they weren't entirely off base. The chances of triumph were minuscule. But deep within, an inner conviction urged, the future isn't handed down, it's forged. And it's crafted by individuals ready to transcend terror, to stretch boundaries, to weather repeated defeats while clinging to possibility. Every significant endeavor is marked by opposition. Tesla encountered ridicule, not due to the infeasibility of the tech, but because people's visions were shackled by the drag of the status quo. They'd acclimated to sluggish advancement, deeming mediocrity as unavoidable. Still, the aspiration for a greener tomorrow, the notion that our power grids could transcend fossil fuels, that mobility could be sleek, effective, electric, and pure, was a dream meriting every gamble. In your inquisitive spirit, you're poised at a comparable crossroads. The pivotal question is whether you'll allow uncertainty to overshadow your creativity or seize the boldness to venture forth. Drive isn't about evading fear, it's about channeling it into momentum. Every pause for hesitation presents a chance to fortify endurance, to nurture wisdom, to broaden the scope of what's attainable. Survey your surroundings. The reality we witness now is a patchwork of countless souls who reject complacency. They weren't traditional prodigies, but tireless tinkerers. They envisioned superior instruments, purer frameworks, swifter routes, and occasionally, they crashed spectacularly. But setbacks aren't losses, they're the fees paid for expertise. I frequently ponder the initial SpaceX launches. When our spacecraft faltered, when victory appeared improbably distant, the decision boiled down to yielding to despair or intensifying our inquisitiveness and education. We opted for the latter. And that repeated resolve birthed advancements once deemed unreachable. Your path, I suspect, will mirror these trials. The cornerstone is tenacity, yet not mindless stubbornness, intelligent perseverance, the knack for extracting insights from each stumble and recalibrating toward the subsequent trial. This outlook is the genesis of metamorphosis. Humanity isn't characterized by ease, but by our knack for inventing and pioneering amid unpredictability. I contemplate Mars colonization not as a distant fantasy, but as an urgent imperative. Our planet is delicate. Its assets are limited. Our civilization is advancing quicker than Earth's ecosystems can endure. And still, when folks hear Mars, they often react with chuckles or dismissal. That's exactly why it counts. If an objective appears insurmountable, it's probably a frontier demanding exploration. You, too, can pinpoint the frontiers in your existence, the arenas where skepticism shouts loudest and bravery must roar louder in reply. I must stress a vital point. Aspiration devoid of deeds is mere illusion. Fantasizing is effortless. Constructing is arduous. The enchantment lies in execution, in converting dreams into gradual, quantifiable strides, even if they feel trivial or inconsequential. Each line of code penned, each choice enacted, each barrier surmounted accumulates into advancement. Your post unveiled not solely concepts, but a yearning for motion. That differentiation carries more weight than you might realize. Concept sans action evaporate. Action minus vision wanders aimlessly. Their convergence? That's the birthplace of influence. Innovation isn't straightforward. It's chaotic, erratic, and draining. It calls for an odd fusion of hope and pragmatism. Hope propels the dream. Pragmatism secures the implementation. It entails challenging traditions, tuning out detractors, and delving into the intricacies of mechanics, tactics, psychology, and human frailty. Amid this turmoil, in the zone where others perceive only peril, you uncover openings. You unearth the exceptional, for the mundane is cozy, and comfort seldom sparks evolution. As you contemplate your capabilities, I encourage you to adopt one overarching tenet: don't confine yourself to marginal enhancements. Target the seemingly outrageous, the near impossible. For if you attain audacity, incremental victories follow naturally. The globe honors the daring, not the followers. While aspiration draws notice, it's dedication and inquisitiveness that sustain it. Inquisitiveness directs you to overlooked queries. Dedication sustains you through nights of ambiguity when despair whispers futility. I remember the eve of our third SpaceX launch bid. It was hushed, almost eerily tranquil. The desert expanse faded into darkness, stars blazing vividly overhead. Amidst symbols of human endeavor, I sat in solitude, poring over telemetry backups, disaster scenarios, and still, the result hung in limbo. Any logical thinker would have wavered. Many would have retreated. Yet, a profound force drove me onward. The faith that advancement demands plunging into the uncertain. That eureka moments stem not from secure trails, but from daring trials. That evening, I grasped a core truth: valor isn't fearlessness. It's endurance despite fear. This axiom holds across all pursuits. Whatever boundary you're confronting, be it in tech, artistry, self-improvement, or societal change, fear will linger. The cautionary voice of improbability is essential, it grounds us. But it shouldn't steer our decisions. We must foster an internal discourse balancing prudence with wonder, doubt with optimism, scrutiny with initiative. That's how profound breakthroughs arise from disciplined experimentation, testing theories repeatedly until the unlikely becomes feasible. Tesla's odyssey was equally turbulent. Electric vehicles, initially a curiosity, battled institutional lethargy and widespread cynicism. Backers doubted widespread uptake. Engineers questioned battery scalability and safety. Yet, by fixating on the core issues rather than the clamor, we achieved steady, pivotal leaps. The lesson? The world seldom aligns with your vision initially. It often pushes back. That pushback isn't a stop sign, it's proof your concept can disrupt. View resistance as a roadmap, not a wall. It pinpoints where change is crucial, where upheaval matters most. There's a paradox in drive, it blends forbearance with haste. The toil is meticulous, often imperceptible daily. You fine-tune mechanisms, polish methods, debug glitches, and sometimes progress feels stagnant. But when efforts amass to a tipping point, change materializes. Sudden miracles are seldom sudden, they're the yield of myriad quiet, steadfast deeds. Each a rung toward the sublime. This rings true whether launching spacecraft, crafting EVs, devising renewable grids, or chasing personal aims. The rule is universal, focused, sustained exertion multiplies unexpectedly, even for the most regimented. Let me share a personal tale embodying this. In the nascent stages of reusable rocket development, we endured flop after flop. The debut launch disintegrated. The second was catastrophic. By the third, funds were dwindling, stakeholders jittery, and onlookers doubtful. The gut reaction might have been withdrawal, deeming defeat conclusive. Instead, we viewed each mishap as schooling, dissecting sensor data, structural weaknesses, software glitches. Each refined our grasp, honed our performance, and revealed unseen avenues. When the fourth launch prevailed, it wasn't fortune, it was the fruit of unyielding refinement, a steadfast pledge to learn, and a denial of permanence in impossibility. This mentality extends beyond tech or engineering. Every trial you encounter, personal, vocational, or communal, is a real-world test of comprehension. The unease, reversals, moments when uncertainty erodes confidence, these aren't penalties, but summonses. They beckon growth, expansion of potential, revelation of dormant strengths. The exquisite irony? Hurdles that appear unbeatable often ignite the grandest triumphs. Your post displayed a readiness to tackle them directly, to engage ambiguity rather than evade it. That trait, more than innate skill, charts the course of influence. A paramount insight I've gleaned is the potency of foundational reasoning. Folks often tackle dilemmas via parallels. What have predecessors accomplished? What's the standard route? It's secure, but restrictive. Foundational thinking dismantles issues to their bedrock realities, discarding biases that stifle creativity. It probes what's fundamentally accurate. From there, what novel constructs can emerge? SpaceX emerged thus. We rejected sky-high rocket expenses as fixed. We interrogated the physics, materials, and engineering dictating costs. Via foundational analysis, we unearthed paths that initially seemed absurd. You can wield this in any sphere, your inventiveness, vocation, personal struggles. Begin with basics, interrogate premises, and reconstruct from scratch. Yet, perseverance isn't sufficient. The capacity to shift when facts dictate is equally vital. Rigid allegiance to a flawed plan isn't bravery, it's recklessness. A tough facet of guidance and novelty is discerning persistence from adaptation. It demands modesty, self-reflection, and truth-seeking. Truth is seldom pleasant, but indispensable on your path. You'll face junctures where plans must morph, tactics adjust, feedback challenge beliefs. Welcome them. They're not perils, but signposts to polish and amplify effect. I also wish to touch on vision's role in fueling drive. A magnetic vision isn't nebulous yearning, it's a sharp depiction of a plausible tomorrow that sparks today's deeds. It furnishes a blueprint for choices, a guide through fog. For SpaceX or Tesla, the vision is concrete. A multi-world humanity, ubiquitous sustainable power, tech advancing rather than stagnating. It molds every verdict, code snippet, trajectory. Sans vision, energy scatters. With it, energy converges into significant change. Your post hinted at an budding vision, a flicker of potential. Cultivate it. Enrich it with knowledge, sculpt it via action, and let it navigate inevitable storms. The road ahead won't be smooth. Obstacles will escalate, assets scarce, doubts from without and within. Yet, these forge character and ingenuity. You might feel solitary. Novelty often means solitary trails. But solitude isn't isolation, it's concentration, an arena for profound thought, intentional design, creation sans interference. And the echo of resolute, brave action extends beyond the self, molding collectives, sectors, and ultimately the globe. There's a personal facet too. Triumph isn't solely milestones or honors, but lives touched, woes eased, inspiration ignited. Every gamble, every exertion, sends ripples. By openly and persistently facing trials, you exemplify a mentality others can adopt. Vision, valor, and grit are infectious. They spread via groups, societies, idea webs. Your utterances, posts, dialogues, deeds, can kindle wonder and drive far beyond your circle. When envisioning tomorrow, it's tempting to drown in abstractions. Stats, forecasts, hypotheses. But the future is human, shaped by selections, actions, bravery now. Every novelty, leap, carries accountability, not just to oneself, but to community, earth, unborn kin. That duty can overwhelm, even immobilize. Yet, it renders the work profound. If not striving to uplift humanity, drive is vanity. Genuine effect gauges how your deeds empower others to flourish, explore, surpass prior limits. Reflect on SpaceX. Beyond spacecraft and Mars, the mission expands possibility. Pursuing the impossible redefines human bounds. It signals to budding engineers, scholars, visionaries. You're not bound by the present, only by imagination's daring and effort's precision. Your quest, though modest, can echo similarly. Waves of purposeful action surpass instant results. Each defied norm, each doubt conquered, paves trails for followers. This brings risk, not rashness, but deliberate, informed peril. The world teems with risk avoiders, equating caution with sagacity. Yet, every paradigm shift rests on measured gambles. Tesla defied auto norms. SpaceX defied aerospace dogma. Each entailed unpredictability, flop potential, scrutiny. Not fearlessness, but refusing fear's control. They assessed, strategized, mitigated, then proceeded. In your pursuits, akin choices await. Risk funds advancement, courage is the tender. I often muse on legacy's essence. Many equate it with riches, renown, ranks. But authentic legacy tallies solved woes, sparked inspiration, bequeathed frameworks empowering bold action. For Mars, it's not just alien rockets, it's a humanity unbound by one frail orb. That vision is legacy, ensuring continuity, broadening horizons, motivating innovators. Yours, on any scale, builds identically, not instant fame, but lasting gifts of querying tough riddles, persisting amid murkiness. A deep challenge in chasing lofty aims is patience. The world pulses at varying speeds. Initial flops mislead, progress hides from casual eyes. But consistency reigns. Advancement accrues like banked interest, gradual, then exponential. Each cycle, tweak, lesson accelerates triumph. I've stressed focusing on the core over clamor. Public buzz, setbacks, critiques are clamor. The core is learning's arc, persistent action's sum, vision's alignment. Morals intertwine with drive. Might, novelty, tech are means, not ends. They can elevate humanity or worsen divides and dangers. In ventures, AI, transit, energy, space, I've weighed repercussions. Drive sans conscience harms. Drive with accountability transforms. Your choices, even minor, bear ethical heft. How you handle allies, select projects, weigh risks, these mold outcomes and future innovator landscapes. Doubt, too, will surface, not just externally, but inwardly. All unmeaningful paths hit uncertainty. Is the grind worthwhile? Risk excessive? Goal elusive? These test purposes clarity and spirit's fortitude. But doubt isn't foe, it's compass. It flags prep, focus, growth needs. Address it rationally, trace routes, refine tactics, not halt. Thus, doubt guides wiser, more potent endeavors. Creativity at its peak isn't pure fancy, but fusion, merging disparate ideas into redefining solutions. Major leaps happen at junctions: physics software, energy design, bioengineering. Your distinct background, insights, talents are your lens for spotting them. Pursue curiosity voraciously. Read broadly. Dive into alien fields. Idea cross-fertilization fuels novelty. The world prizes those linking the unseen, turning abstracts into tangibles. I can't emphasize resilience enough. Drive's trail is littered with public, irreversible, demoralizing reversals. Progress measures not flop absence, but enduring, learning, persisting. Resilience builds like muscle, via repeated challenge engagement, adversity facing sans hope loss, framing flops as input, not verdict. Top innovators, industry shapers, share this: frequent deep flops, each bolstering path, not weakening. As you chart yours, adopt iterative bravery. Advance deliberately, test theories, note results, refine ceaselessly. Seek guides, partners, challengers. Forge systems, not mere ventures. Log lessons. Honor gains, but never deem them final. Cultivate patience and foresight to see today's deeds' effects in years or eras. Eminence isn't instant, it's amassed persistent, thoughtful, brave toil. Lastly, consider this: the cosmos is immense. Our span finite. Yet, within lies boundless promise. Every pick, deed, bold probe counts. The valor to act, wonder to explore, discipline to endure, accountability to act ethically, these define not just victory, but purpose. Your post shows this spark. Tend it. Shield from diversions, cynicism, dread. Bolster with unyielding curiosity, relentless labor, steadfast vision. Thus, you'll reshape your world and imprint the globe beyond dreams. Recall, the impossible is a horizon awaiting conquest. Each trial, exertion, risk with honor and intent advances humanity's tale. That's the privilege, trial, and prize of thoughtfully, bravely chased drive. The world craves more such travelers. Be one. That concludes my thoughts. Drive gauges not by honors or fame, but by daring the deemed impossible. Each vision step, however tiny or shaky, ripples outward, molding the world unseen. Trials faced, doubts wrestled, flops born aren't blocks. Their growth's framework, changes base. Embrace, learn, let propel with fresh resolve. Questioners of norms, testers of premises, risk-takers with intent. Curiosity paired with discipline morphs into a force reshaping sectors, societies. Your notions, grit, action will unleash potentials beyond grasp. Progress isn't fear-free, it's action through it. As you proceed, root vision in purpose and probity. Let sought impact surpass self, affecting lives, motivating, birthing innovation-enabling systems. Achievement's true gauge isn't personal feats, but empowered others dreaming grander, reaching farther, challenging growth. Each deed becomes a lighthouse, lighting trails for future followers. So, take the next stride, uncertainty be damned. Persevere, experiment, welcome the unknown with bravery and wonder. The horizon looms vast, your potential boundless. Keep inquiring, constructing, daring to push possibility's edges. Your odyssey testifies to resilience and foresight. It's a gift to humanity's narrative. Isolation is not loneliness when it's focused attention. The most meaningful work often happens away from the crowd, in the workshop, the lab, the quiet moment of design and testing. And yet the influence of focused courageous action can ripple outward, shaping communities, industries, and the broader arc of human potential. Ambition without action is fantasy. Dreaming is easy, building is hard. The real magic is in translating vision into concrete, incremental steps, even when those steps seem small. Every code written, every system optimized, every obstacle overcome adds up. Your post shows a longing not just for ideas but for impact, the crucial difference between vapor and value. Innovation is rarely linear. It thrives in a space that blends optimism with realism, imagination with rigor. It requires challenging conventions, resisting the chorus of naysayers, and engaging deeply with the nuances of technology, strategy, psychology, and human fallibility. In that space you discover opportunity where others see risk. The journey demands disciplined curiosity, seek breadth of knowledge, connect disparate disciplines, and cultivate the ability to synthesize ideas into new solutions. The greatest breakthroughs often lie at intersections. The fusion of physics with software, energy with design, biology with engineering. Your unique experiences are your compass, guiding you toward those intersections. Resilience is the indispensable companion of ambition. Setbacks are not endpoints but invitations to learn, refine, and press forward. The most enduring legacies come from problems solved, inspiration sparked, and systems built to empower others to act.